Hey, welcome to the video. My name is Dychronic, and today I'm telling you about the Xur, his location, his random rolls, and my recommendations for January 7th, 2022. And in case you're wondering how the hell I ended up with such an amazing drip on my character right now, watch the live streams. Yeah, I know. Stop dead in your tracks. I know. This is a high overview in case this is all you cared about. First up, for the exotic weapon today, we have the Fighting Lion, the only primary ammo grenade launcher in the game, which obviously means that it has infinite ammo. The big issue here is that special ammo grenade launchers do more damage, and I don't often really run out of ammo with them. With that, there's some other bonuses like direct hits doing more damage to combatant shields, dealing damage increases the reload speed, which the reload speed is terrible, by the way, and of course, rapid kills against grenade damaged enemies refill the magazine, which means you shoot an enemy with the grenade thing, you switch to another weapon, you start getting kills, you get ammo back in the mag. Honestly, it's just not worth it. I have not found very many instances where using this weapon is really worth it. Most of the time, again, you could just use a special ammo grenade launcher, which is legendary, and then use another exotic. And they also changed the bounties, so now they're heavy specific or special and primary specific. After that, for the Hunter Exotic, we have the SHINOBU'S Vow. It does have an ornament, doesn't it? Oh, I forgot about this ornament. SHINOBU'S Vow, actually a pretty good Hunter Exotic. I believe it's in the top 10 or just exited the top 10, I can't remember. First of all, it improves the skip grenade, giving it more twiddly bits, and you gain an additional skip grenade charge, which is always really nice for the overflow charging. Skip grenade returns energy whenever it damages enemies. So again, it has more twiddly bits to damage enemies. It has an overflow charging, so when you get grenade energy back from this, you can get more of your grenades, and you also get your energy back. And if you don't know, the skip grenade does a pretty good amount of damage, both in PvE and PvP, so don't overlook this exotic. When it comes to the stats, it's kind of all over the place. Obviously, you'd like to see a lot of discipline, which it has a decent amount. Intellect is nice because hunters do have some pretty good supers. The average is around the average there of 62. However, the recovery is not that high, mobility is really poor, and resilience is not often needed unless you need it for, obviously, stasis. So not the best roll, but not a bad one. Up next after that, we have the SYNTHOCEPS. And if you have the SYNTHOCEPS, I highly recommend one of these ornaments, especially this one. Makes it look super cool. If you've never heard of it, it increases the melee lunge range. I think the maximum melee lunge range of any exotic in the game, you can literally like double your range, is kind of crazy. And you have improved melee and super damage whenever you're surrounded. In PvE, I think it's 3 or more people, and in PvP, it's 2 more people, and it's like 50+% more damage, which allows you to get those one-shot melees if you have another bonus. And of course, in PvE, more super damage is always really useful. This is essentially one of the more omni-useful exotics in the game. If you don't have it, pick one up. When it comes to the roll, obviously, synergetically, you'd like to see a lot more intellect and strength. Overall, I like to see more mobility and recovery just in general. So not the best set of rolls for it, but it does have an average of 63. May fit with your build, but you could do better. Following that, for the Warlock Exotic, we have the Ophidian Aspects, one of the best Warlock Exotics in the game, specifically for PvP. Especially after they removed or kind of changed Quick Draw, this became a lot more useful. Wow, just changed the snake from one snake to the other. Okay, I see. If you've never heard of it, your weapon's ready and reload very quickly, and your melee range is extended. If you don't know, the Warlocks have the longest melee range by base, and they also have a slower melee, so they can't melee as frequently. And this basically just makes the best part better. On top of, again, being able to ready your weapons really quickly, swap to them really quickly, and reload very quickly is just really nice, no matter what you're using. And when we look at the stats, total stacks at 66 is above average. However, it has a lot of resilience and a lot of intellect, which is not super synergetic with this exotic. You'd obviously like to see a lot more strength, mobility, and recovery. Although, obviously, a lot of Warlocks don't like mobility, I still like mobility. So a weird distribution that may work with your build. Again, really depends what kind of other stats you have, but not my favorite. After that, let's take a look at the legendary weapons. First up, the 7 SERAPH, the sidearm, you know what I'm talking about. It has definitely better rolls than this. I would not recommend it. After that, Gnawing Hunger actually has a rampage roll, has accurized, and some okay barrels, although obviously you'd like to see a bit more range on this. It's actually a decent roll for PvE. And again, field prep, what does this do again? Increased ammo reserves, all right. And then, of course, the other part. After that, Nature of the Beast, Under Pressure Vorpal. It's actually a pretty damn good roll for this. You have Accurize, you have Sure Shot, True Sight. Again, you're not seeing a range masterwork here, but a pretty good roll for this particular exotic. Or not exotic, weapon. After that, the CQC-12. Slide Shot Vorpal is okay, but you can have auto-loading plus Trench Barrel, or auto-loading plus Vorpal. You can also have Assault Mag. There are definitely a lot better options here. And also there's no full choke, so PvP, it's not really a great role. After that, Long Shadow, we actually have Snapshot, which is a 90 RPM snapshot. The rest of it's kind of whatever. I've learned that the rest of these perks on this one is not really what you're looking for, so it's okay. And of course, Interference 6, okay. God damn, we have, okay. We have Field Prep, Full Court, and Spike Grenades. Is that quick launch? Hard launch? Yeah, hard launch. This is essentially the second best Interference 6 that you can have. If you like Field Prep over autoloading, which you can have autoloading here, this is one of the best versions of this that you can possibly have. If you do not have a good 120 adaptive frame or any good heavy, this is an amazing option. In case you're wondering, this is mine right here. This is the one that I've had that I've got after such a long time. Spike, autoloading, I don't know why there's shaders on here, but this is what you're really looking for, but the one at Xur is pretty damn good. And the last weapon, Stars and Shadow. 340 pulse rifle for the energy slot. Has Vorpal. I think it has some other damage perks on it, so I would recommend a different version of this. I think it has a massive pool of perks on it because it's the Crucible weapon, but you can definitely do better. After that, for the Titan armor. High resilience discipline, not really what I'm interested in. High recovery intellect, actually pretty good. I would recommend this one. We have a 61 mobility recovery discipline. Again, decent. And resilience base, not really interested. So the chest piece and the helmet are decent rolls. You could do better, but pretty damn good. And of course, make sure you're picking up those exotic engrams. Oh, I should just delete it. Umbral. This is where I am at this point. I just don't care about Umbral so much, I just delete them. Make sure you're picking up your exotic engram, because it guarantees you an exotic you never received, and it's a very high stat roll. So if you cared at all about the Eternal Warrior, you'd see, wow, that's a 67 roll. That's really good. And then you would promptly delete it because it's Eternal Warrior. And of course, as always, if you don't know, I actually have a live stream right after these videos and all the times on screen right now. And the reason why I'm wearing the armor that I am is because we were doing some fun raid challenges, starting off with white gear, and I decided to color it some fancy colors. If you want to see that, as well as Grandmaster Nightfalls, raids, and all the stuff that we usually do on the live streams, go check it out. Link in the description down below to my Twitch, and I live stream on YouTube as well. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Truly, without their help, a lot of this would really not be possible. Specifically, a big thank you to Mom and Dad, Christian Thompson, Dr. Strange, Kel-Leon, Money City Buckness, Raymond Shono, Panther, Case, Reagan for their support on Patreon. And that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name is Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.